to go live, but I just got back I had to get the dog food, grabbed a sandwich, and am home taking a day off of working out because I pulled a muscle, I think, where you shouldn't pull a muscle. So if I'm sitting down gingerly or getting up gingerly, it's because my butt hurts. Anyway, so Doomcock went on, Valiant Renegade, and basically they talked a lot about the Favreau, basically that gallery show, which was the John Favreau extravaganza, what does it say? The John Favreau show and the Dave Filoni show. I mean, that's what that gallery episode was. For the people screaming, and you know who they are. Howdy, son of Dave. John Favreau can't say anything shitty about Kathleen Kennedy. The fact was, she was hardly in it, if she was in it at all. Okay? He said what he said because he's a professional. He's not going to badmouth her. Now, again, you guys know better than to get upset by that. But you did anyway. So stop it. Anyway, it looks for all intents and purposes that Kennedy's, just by watching that Kennedy's done with the Star Wars. Is she done with Lucasfilm? Yeah, it was. It was professional and classy. I don't know. But the rumor has it, and I said rumor, that she'd had one last-ditch effort, and I guess this is from a big name, at least Doomcock said it was, one last-ditch effort to try to save her job. Hey, thanks, Space Monk. Oh, yeah, they were. Try to save her job at Lucasfilm, and it fell on deaf ears. Hey, old redneck nerve. It fell on deaf ears. Do I believe that? Yeah, I do. Here's what I think. I think this rumor that I think he was set up. They gave it to him, whoever gave it to him. They wanted to cause controversy. They wanted to get people to get angry. And they did a really good job. We have a lot of people who don't think in the fandom. They don't think. They don't sit back and go, okay, what's really going on here? So what I think happened, like I said, is I think he was given that information. He did not vet it, and he ran with it. As Doomcock said in his own video, there's nothing out there, be it in the public domain, which would be the actual legit news, or in backdoor whispering that we get. There's absolutely nothing out there that would say that anything that he said was true. Even the story about the contract is, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like someone making shit up out of whole cloth. Okay. The fact that you bring up not one movie but four, or the three trilogy movies, and two of them yeah, I know he did. I know. Let's go and talk about that. So we get this episode of the gallery now, Luke Skywalker episode. And before it airs, we get this rumor from Mike Sutton. I think they run in tandem. I think there was nothing she could do about it. This rumor from Mike Sutton came out before it to muddy the waters. You know, if you're so stupid, and I'm saying stupid, that you honestly think, and I'm calling out a few people, Stig, that you don't think that there's a civil war at Lucasfilm, you don't have children. Please, for the love of all that is, don't. We don't need that IQ in the gene pool. But the very idea that she let it leak that Gina was not going to get her contract renewed is proof that there was problems behind the scene at Lucasfilm. Hey, Deborah. So when people say there isn't any Civil War at Lucasfilm, you know, yeah, there is. What they did to Gina's proves it. The fact that Pablo Hidalgo got bitch slapped bad this time on for attacking Star Wars theory and the fans after Luke showed up is another sign that there's something going on, or was something going on at Lucasfilm. This rumor that Sutton put out there, to me, now looks like a last gasp. They so want to muddy the waters. Here's what Doomcock said, and we have to watch. Okay, and I'm going to preface this with the fourth quarter for Disney's coming up in, I think, the 15th of September. I think that's the day. And then of course the next week is fall. Okay. Last time Kennedy got her contract renewed, they waited until October to say it. Okay, so we all know that. Or maybe it was September, I can't remember. October 20th, from what Doomcock said, is the hard deadline. Okay? If we don't hear if it strikes midnight, October 21st, and we haven't heard anything, okay? Now, they might do it quietly and we just don't know, or they might announce it after. But if there's nothing out there that says this is done, then no, she's over. It's over. She's got Indy 5 to wrap, and when I think about it, and Doomcock does have a point, because, and I said this too, I would not extend her contract just for Indy 5. I wouldn't. There's no need to. She doesn't need to be president of Lucasfilm to finish Indy 5. Okay, there's too much riding on this. And Disney itself has to save face. Disney itself has to worry about what the fans think. And let's say like they announce that she's back, but she's no longer touching Star Wars, she can still cause John and Dave a lot of trouble. And we know that. Just her presence there is something the fans don't want. Okay? They don't need it. She's, a horrible person. So I am looking at October 20th and going, this is the day. In fact, I might put a calendar up somewhere and mark off the days. Okay? We've got, I think, another fourth quarter earnings call to go through. And if look, here's the deal. If they were going, but again, because they didn't announce it back in 2018, they didn't announce that she was being resigned until October. I take this as a grain of salt, because a lot of people are saying they were going to say anything about her contract being renewed, they would have already said it at the second quarter earnings call, or this last one. They didn't say anything about that the last time. Okay? That's why I caution people, let the things happen that are going to happen, and we will see where they end up. Okay? The reason why is because we can get a real shock. I mean, Chapek can wake up tomorrow morning drinking his coffee saying, I should have Kathy come in, talk about her renewing her contract. I mean, I don't know what goes through his head. I don't believe he'll do that, because I don't think he's crazy. Okay. I could see Bob Iger doing that, but Bob Iger is a Hollywood guy. Okay. He's not a businessman. So October 20th is the day that we should know yay or nay on that. Again, there's absolutely nothing in the public domain except for Geekosity that has made any noise about her coming back. And when you look at that episode of The Mandalorian gallery, you can feel she's not there. And to the people, again, who are bitching and moaning, and we know who they are, about, John playing nice, he's not going to say anything shitty about her. Okay? And regardless of what you want to hear, until it is out there that she is no longer running Lucasfilm, he is going to have to be nice about it. And even after, he'll be nice about it. Why? Because unlike the people bitching and moaning, Stig, Ryan, the quartering and everybody else, he's a professional. Learn, okay? Learn from a master. I really am tired of that shit. Okay, but again, channels exist to make other people money, to make these people money, and if it bleeds, it leads. I can't do anything about it. So this is something we gotta watch. I do believe that I don't see her coming back. I really, really don't. I don't see her getting an extension either now I've thought about it, because when you sit there and think about it, why would they have to do that for her? And I think the reason why Feige is freaking out and doing all this shit is because he's next. Hey, Tatooine. He is next. Okay? Feige is losing his shit because he knows Chapek is not Bob Iger. Chapek wants results, which is why these guys are going to have to do their jobs. Kathleen Kennedy never did her job. How can you have a feature film with a $225 million budget go until it's apparently 80% done? I think it was almost all done. I think they were getting it ready to wrap. Look, and then realize what a dumpster fire was being created. Ignoring John Kasdan or Larry Kasdan, whom I know was pissed off and begging for help, and all the rest of this stuff. But it's Kathleen Kennedy. She is amazing. She's amazing. Just remember, the amazing Kennedy. That's all you need to know. She is not a studio head. It is plain to see she doesn't have the chops. And when she was the co-head of Lucasfilm with George, she maneuvered herself in a situation where the guy that should have taken over, Rick McCallum, was screwed. And he just said, fuck you, I'm done. I really find that sad. Oh, she is. She's just, you're right, Troy. So, again, you guys, kind of sit back. We're going to hear, here are the latest things I've heard. Kevin Feige shooting down the idea that the movie he was working on is the sequel to Solo. Wow, did that start? Kennedy's people. All right. The rumor that they're working on a Finn spinoff. Where'd that come from? Kennedy's people. Okay. It didn't come from Favreau. It came from probably some people connected with the story group who do not want to see what's happening. And for the people who don't think the sequel trilogy is going bye-bye, it already has. Let me remind you. The moment Luke shows up and saves everybody and takes Grogu as his Padawan, that changes the entire story. No longer is Kylo Ren Luke's first Padawan. It's Grogu. Okay, that changed everything. All right, so I'm sorry, but you're just gonna have to, go pound sand or something. We're going to hear more shit, though. Okay, we're going to hear more spin-off shows, and now they've got some comic book series coming out starring Queera because the story group, what's left of it, can't stop itself from putting garbage out there. But again, these stories are going out. They probably were planned 2 years ago, and I mean, you're right, Dave. I mean, there's no sequel trilogy stuff at Target today. I went there after I went to get dog food, and High Republic books, all of them, are still sitting there gathering dust. The original book, Light of the Jedi, is still sitting there gathering dust, and they've even got the paperback out. It's really amazing to see this. Okay, they're not selling those books, so I really don't see the powers that be at Disney wanting to spend money on something they know they can't make any money on. I just don't. I mean, I'm not wrong here either. So, but be ready. Be ready for more bullshit. Okay, because we've got what? It's the 26th of September. We've got 1 month that till the 26th of. We got a month and 28 days till the 26 days, or 20. What? I don't know how many. I'm not going to do the math either, but we got less than 2 months before we know. Okay, and again, I think the thing that makes me mad is every time Doomcock says something, he's always got to preface it and then explain himself, and then he has to go on there and explain that, yes, I tell it's a rumor. I have no way of verifying this. All right, and Mike Sutton doesn't have to. Matt Kadish doesn't have to. Everything they say is taken as gospel, and it's like, I've talked about this. Corporations change, industries change, people change, because you get new head of a company, the environment of the company changes because of that. So when you're someone who had a long time ago worked in the business, and you no longer work in the business, and you no longer supposedly have anybody that you're connected to working in the business, and you are spewing your expertise, I really wish people would sit there and think, you know what? I need more information. Okay, because things change. Hollywood is not the Hollywood of 2012. It is not the Hollywood of 2015. It's not the Hollywood it was 2 years ago before the COVID crap hit. Yeah, you're right. The finger on the pulse, and you can't. Here's the thing that drives me nuts: is when you hear people talk about Hollywood, they talk about it in a way that this is past. You're talking about something that no longer goes on anymore. That people are changing. I mean, Cameron mentioned a guy he knows who's a very powerful agent, basically saying Newsom sucks, he's got to go. You got pictures of Bobby Kennedy Jr. with Larry Elder. If you think for 1 minute there are people that are big name Democrats who aren't seriously thinking they're the same things we are about Gavin Newsom, you're wrong, because he hurts their business. He's not going to hurt his business, all right, but he hurts their business. He hurts the movie business. Um, now he's trying to get tax credits so productions stay in California. I think it's a little too late. I really, really do. It's gonna be very interesting. That's that whole thing. I don't think he's gonna be governor of California. I really, really don't. I think this is weird for me to say, but I have a feeling when we wake up that morning, Larry Elder is going to be the governor of California. That's my prediction. I'm probably wrong, but it just seems like there's something very strange going on out there. And, you know, California used to be the state everyone wanted to move to because it was so great. Problem with California is that everybody wanted to move to it because it's so great, including all these lefty loons. So, but I do look at the landscape, seeing the people supporting Elder that I never thought in my life would support him, and I'm shocked. I'm very, very shocked. But Bobby Kennedy Jr. is very much anti-forced vaccinations. And that's one thing the Democrat Party as a whole wants, is everybody to get the stick. So it's going to be very interesting what's going to happen. And there's just something weird going on out there. But back to what I was talking about. You've got to look at things. You've got to look at where everything lines up. Here's Mike Sutton. Here's the rest of us. Here's the evidence. We've got backdoor evidence, which is what I'm going to call Doomcock stuff and Andre stuff and my stuff and Cameron's and Mike Sutton stuff. And you've got physical evidence. You've got legit news sources. Variety, Forbes, The Atlantic, Inc., Business Insider, that's five. And some have had multiple stories out about this. They all seem to confirm our side. Okay. Sutton, no. Okay. Then you've got one bit of evidence that I've sent it to several people and no one, it's a legit, it's to me, it's pretty much, this is what happened, this is what he said. That tweet Pablo sent to Mr. Bond. After 20 years, I have no plans, and I don't know what hers are. And then he realized what happened, and then two trolls came up and started firing off nastiness to Mr. Bond. It's very, very interesting to me how people ignore that. You can't, because I think it's proof something happened. And if Pablo's still there, he's getting ready to leave. If Chapek is planning big changes, he said, there are a lot of people leaving, Disney, and including, what did he say? Was it when he was talking to Valiant or when he was on his own thing? When he was on his own video. There are several Kennedy allies leaving. Several. Okay. That says a lot too. And you can look it up. Google is your friend. Okay. You can look it up. In the fall, these people are gone. This is when executives, you say goodbye to them. But yet we've got this and all the loudmouths, all of the fanboy ragers, wanting to jump on people for how dare you say she's leaving? Well, you want her to leave. Yeah, but, well, you're looking at your bank account saying she better stay because I need to earn some money. I'm moving to Florida. which is what it's about. I've said that before. I don't use this platform to earn money. I use this to connect with people who are Star Wars fans, who are angry, who are upset, who want to have good Star Wars. So I can be authentic. I can tell anybody, I can say what I want, literally. And I do. I thought about doing getting into AdSense and monetizing my thing. But I'm not gonna. I don't want to. I don't need to. And personally, I like my independence. And I also think just going on without a script helps a lot. It really helps a lot. It keeps it real. And it's one of those things where, I don't have to make a video on a day if I don't want to. I don't have to put something out there. Okay. It is what it is. And I'm happy for it. Okay. But I wanted it to add my 2 cents in. I was in the car when Doomcock posted his own video, and it struck me that I would think a legit reporter would have asked, "Where are you getting this?" and then would have looked at what is going on with Disney. The rationale that he gave for them keeping her is just, it's like, that was fake in of itself. And he just said, I am not going with that. I am not going with that. But he didn't. He also didn't couch it as a rumor. And I think that's the thing, and I'm gonna pound on that till I'm blue in the face. But if you're gonna sit there and tell me this is going on, you better have proof. And if you don't have proof, it's just hearsay evidence, which is not admissible in court, then you better couch it as a rumor, just like the rest of us do. Okay? Maybe he's watching now. I don't know, but he's, whatever. That's what makes me mad. Okay, so we all gotta run around and defend ourselves. And the world keeps on spinning. And, October 20th, I'll be sitting around probably about maybe dinner time, my time. When is the end of the news day? Or maybe like at 10 o'clock at night or whenever. Because let's see, 10 Eastern Standard would be 9, 8, 7 in the evening in California. By then, on the 20th, we should know something. All right. Again, though, they might not report anything. Again, though, they might not say anything. But it's, again, I agree with Cameron that they could extend her contract or let her stay on until Indy 5 wraps. That doesn't hurt Lucasfilm or Star Wars. They could do that. And as producer, she's not an executive producer, she's a producer. She doesn't need to be president of Lucasfilm. I've really never seen a lot of studio heads actually put themselves out there producing. But they have. I mean, George Lucas, but she doesn't have to be president of Lucasfilm. She's produced plenty of movies where all she was a producer. That's it. Okay. So I'm like, I don't know. I really, really don't. So anyway, I went on for a half hour. I talked a little, not as long as I wanted to, but I'm really tired right now. So I'm gonna go hang out and drink some more water. It's really bitching hot out right now. And I'll see you guys around the galaxy. But remember, October 20th. That's the kill switch date. If we don't hear anything by then, or they don't announce, if that's the date. So ears and eyes open on that day. That is a siren moment. And if the moment I hear it, I'm going live. All right. Talk to you guys later. See you around the galaxy.